Okay, welcome to my further video on a classic guitar, which is called the Cordoba C9 Parlour. Now we will explore a bit further. Now we've got the dimensions and the general look of the guitar and the specifications out of the way, my last two videos. I will now explore the sound a little bit further. I won't actually be exploring the sound from a playing situation so much, but just how the open strings sound. And I have two other guitars here, so we will explore together how they sound. I'm using just a smartphone for this video. I haven't got a fully spec microphone system here at all, but yeah, the microphone might give you some idea if I compare it to two other guitars, which I sort of consider within the same, how can I put it, sort of price range, if you will, the same sort of intermediate price range. I have here, together with the C9 Parlour, either side, I have a Manuel Rodriguez model, and this is a Model B. You can see that there, Manuel Rodriguez Hilos and Brothers, I think that means. This was a guitar I bought about 10 years ago, so it's been played in a little bit. It has got quite older strings on it. It has been, the strings have been played in quite a bit and been on there for quite a while without actually being played for quite a while, because I had a break from it. This is a spruce guitar, and I can sit, you know, this is, I think this is a fairly good sounding guitar. I was quite drawn to it when I first bought it, when I tried it out in the shops compared to other guitars. I liked the sound of it, and I will explore it in comparison with the C9, the newer guitar that I just bought, the Parlour, and also I'll compare it to a flamenco guitar. Again, round about within this sort of price range. The two guitars sitting at either side are older guitars, and they were bought, this one was bought about 10 years ago, and this was about 5 or 6 years ago. Near enough brand new. This one was brand new, and yeah, this was bought used, but it was in a almost new condition. I don't know when it was made, but it has matured a little bit. When I first bought it, the woods were much lighter. This is a spruce top flamenco guitar, a Cashmere model there. You can see the model there if you need to see that. This sort of fetched me around £500. It's a beautifully made guitar. I'm not sure about the woods. I know it's a spruce top. I want to say maple, but maybe it's something else. Flamenco guitars are made quite differently, you know, in terms of woods on the bottom and sides, usually, and it has got quite a lighter wood. Anybody would like to help me, you know, could recognize that wood simply by the grading. It's beautifully made instrument, and like I say, this one, the Manuel Rodriguez is a standard classic guitar. It's not flamenco. I think this is rosewood back and sides. It's these are all these three guitars are solid top, back and sides. So you know, I think they, you know, are worthy of being compared to, although probably it might be a good idea if I had a sort of inferior, well, supposedly inferior guitar, a cheaper guitar, if you will, to compare it to, possibly one in the Cordoba range, a C5 or something, to compare the C9 with it. Would be more helpful. Also, if I had, would be nice to have a handmade, really expensive Luther guitar to compare that to as well, but I haven't got that luxury at the moment. So let's go along. Like I say, I think it'd be a good idea before I start playing the guitar. Not that you'll get much from my playing. I just a beginner really. Although I've played guitars on and off, I haven't really improved that much. You know, I haven't really progressed that much. It's just a hobby that I've had, and I like just exploring the sounds of different guitars, not just classic guitars. But I just like sound, you know, the sounds of you know, exploring different woods and things like that. So yeah, let's see if we can find out see if we can get a sort of good sort of ballpark sort of sound this guitar might have if you brought it, you know, if you played it yourself. It'll give you some idea. Now, what I'll do is I'll play the open string E first on each guitar. And I'll play it as evenly as I can. I will do what would be represented, I suppose, as a rest stroke on the strings, and I'm in a good position here to be able to push down on the strings, so that might give you a good idea of someone who could play really well, how that might sound if they, you know, if they're actually impacting the string in the way that they should do, and to produce the best sound. So that's the open E. Again, the two guitars either side of this, I must emphasize this is important, the strings on the new one are quite new, about 3 or 4 weeks old. They're Severa's Corum, I believe. I can't remember the name of the string, the make of the strings I put on these, they're so old. But they're still in fairly good condition, sort of playable, I would say, but noticeably the sound has gone down, and the same with this flamenco guitar. But I think you might be able to get some idea. So here we are. This is the bass string. This is the bass E string that I'm going to play here. I'll see if I can play in the same sort of impact sound. Again, I think some of that sound is due to the dead string, perhaps. And so I'll go over to the C9. And the flamenco guitar, which should be a brighter sound. I think the string, the worn string, is sounding on that, but that's more of a immediate sound. I would say, even okay, these have got this one has got newer strings. That does sound better overall. There's more depth. That sounds a little bit ropey compared to that. And that sound, I wouldn't really, it's not a really good comparison because the strings on that are quite worn. But it gives you a good thing to go by, I suppose. So let's move on to the A string. That's louder. I've pressed it with the same pressure. let's go over to the D string. Brighter and louder, with a bit more depth, I would say. That's sort of a typical sort of flamenco sort of sound, a brighter but more immediate sound. G string. Noticeably louder again, I would say. Again, they are newer strings on there. Go on to the B string. There's more resonance coming from that. I can hear it through the body. I don't know if you can pick that up on the audio here. That's a lot brighter there, as it would be for a flamenco guitar. There's a bit more spark, but not necessarily better than that. There's more depth and bass on that. And we'll go over to the E string, which some say would probably be the better test for any of these guitars. We'll stop those to stop them interfering with the sound. That's brighter and louder, without a doubt. That's brighter, not necessarily louder, but much brighter. That's brighter, but it's got more resonance. There's more sustain. If you hear that. Compared to this. Again, I'll do it on the E string again on this one as well. Typical brighter sound of a flamenco guitar. Okay, thank you for watching. That might give you some idea of basically the sound of, without actually playing it as a musical instrument, but just a sort of level that you might be able to sort of take from that, of the sound, comparing it to, albeit guitars that have got older and possibly quite dead strings on them, particularly this one. Probably not a fair match, but a match just the same if I can compare it to something that might sound inferior, and it comes up on top, which I think it does compared to the other two, even though it's not a fair match, I must admit. If we had the same strings on each, the same age, same usage, that might be fairer. But I think that will give you some idea as to, I think, the quality of this guitar, alongside two similar sort of price guitars, if not a little bit less pricey. If you had this sort of the same, comparatively the same guitar models of this one and this one these days, I think those two would be probably about £100 cheaper each than this one. I'm not sure they do these models anymore. A lot of models get superseded, or you'll get a new iteration of them. But hopefully that is helpful to actually ascertain to the sound of this instrument compared to others. Okay, thank you for watching. Again, please like and subscribe. I will upload further videos and will actually make an attempt anyway of playing it. As I say, I do play, but I have not really mastered it. You know, I'm no Andrea Segovia, so please take that into consideration when you see my videos. I will just sort of play pieces that are basic and that will just sort of try and hopefully demonstrate the sound in the instrument on my next video. Please like and subscribe so when that video comes up you can watch it, and make any comments please, any advice and anything that you would like to say, as long as it's respectful. And thank you for watching. Thank you. Bye bye.